Guys,
this week
in startups,
we're here.
Josh and I are going to cover all the things that have been happening in and around.
All the important news.
Watch. We're back!
All right.
This week in startups.
This week in startups. Actually, the second week in startups. The second this week in startups this week.
Yeah, but they don't know that, bro. Because I'm going to post this next week.
All right. So we're here, Friday. Always relaxed on a Friday. I'm in a non-shirt.
Sure.
You're in regular entrepreneur clothes.
Yeah, but so you're a lawyer, dude.
Yeah.
So clearly not seeing clients
How
today.
cool is this? Yeah.
Clearly not seeing clients today.
I'm not seeing any clients today.
Which makes for why he's got no shoes on either. No, I'm just kidding. It's funny, you see people in the building when they've got clients, they're all dressed up, and when they're not, they just come in flip-flops and shorts.
Super casual.
Yeah, just chill. All good. I think this is the 99th episode on the vlog.
99! Woohoo!
I've got bigwig Gavin Appel from One Stack joining me Monday for the 100th episode.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's a very, very intelligent dude, successful entrepreneur as well.
We'll go that far. No, yes, of course he is. He hangs shit on me so much. So, anyway, save the 100th for Gav.
Nice.
So I'm excited. What's going on?
What's going on? So we were at an event earlier this week.
Yep.
I want to talk about a little bit. You were judging. It was a StartUpVIC event.
Oh, you were there.
I was there.
I was
I was hanging out in the audience, just analyzing the pitches, seeing what was going on. Always cool to go to the StartUpVIC events because they're a great touch point for early stage entrepreneurs and trying to understand the ecosystem.
We have two big StartUpVIC events coming here.
Awesome.
One's a night. I don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. Might be a fireside chat or potentially a pitch night. And then we have a 3-day hackathon.
Really?
That goes Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Awesome. What's the hack? Are you allowed to release details?
I will speak to my superiors and ask for permission, so stay tuned.
So we were at this event. It was about the future of work.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Future is female is what I think, which is fantastic. Father of 2 girls. And I thought the pitches were phenomenal. Yeah. I got really excited to see John Webster.
Yeah.
Who
Shiftiez. Yeah.
He's a member here.
Always working hard.
Dude, it was super impressive to see when he pitched here back in September to where he's at today.
It's a 6-month change, right?
Mate, it's like a 6-year change.
It's huge.
That's what it is in 6 months, which is phenomenal. And
what I liked is that he's so on the ball with his pitch that he starts his timer at the start and he's like, all right, we're on.
Yep.
And I think that level of organization and planning is really important. You can't just wing it for a 5-minute pitch. You don't have that much time.
You can tell if you really, you can tell people really know their business. Mm-hmm. When they're standing up there and the lights are on. John specifically, I think he's a phenomenal guy. But I loved his. I just love his personality. He's
got a great personality. He's got
gesture.
charisma.
Yeah. He's very observing. I bumped into him actually at a shopping center a few weeks back. Didn't know we lived in the same neighborhood, but to the group that won. Fantastic.
Awesome. So they, for those that don't know, they do work sharing for high level. People in
it's like a 2-headed monster for one role, right? So if you've got 2 part-timers, they share the responsibility, and they have a shared responsibility, and a shared communication, and a shared network.
And this is important because it's not just for any job; it's for people in leadership positions in companies, right?
Yeah, and the two leaders of that company, the one woman that pitched, Sarah Parker. I think her name was. Phenomenal.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
really good. Knew their stuff, and it was good to see her.
And to really the other two that didn't get a mention here, also like super standout, ton of potential. That sort of like springboarded me into the StartMate last night.
Yeah, sure.
Demo day. We actually have a couple of from the Motherhood app. They're sitting upstairs today.
Nice.
They reside in Sydney, but they're in Melbourne for the day, so they've come and hung out here.
Awesome.
Millie and her team, like phenomenal.
The pictures are really well polished at StartMate.
So well polished.
Yeah. Good graphics.
Yeah. StartMate are doing a
event.
phenomenal job. StartMate, if you're listening, if there's anything I can do to help, you know where to find me. I will knock on your Twitter handle, maybe.
Shameless plug.
Mr. Nick. All right.
So that was really cool. So this week in startup news, Amazon, interestingly, are doing this new form of delivery in the US. And normally it's like at your door, maybe leave a note if you're not there. How about if you have a car that's after 2015 and one of the iconic US brands, they can remotely unlock your boot and chuck the package in the boot of your car. How good is that?
But hold on, how does that help me?
How does that help you? You're not home, your car's at home, or your car's on the street outside work.
Maybe. Maybe. I get it, and I like it. I'm taking the piss a little bit. If my car's at home and I'm not at home, there's a problem. But I get it.
You need to get on your bike more, Toby. I rode around to the blockchain demo day, blockchain centers demo day.
You made it?
I made it.
I was petrified that your wheels weren't going to hold you up.
I did not get a pump. I didn't get a pump.
Oh, man. We've actually happiness team internal communication channel, Slack. It's a channel on our private company network that says happy. Hey guys, do you think we should buy a pump?
100%.
So, I mean, it's not for me to decide, but
it's for the members.
The members wants it. The member wants it. Let's make it happen.
But interestingly, I think it's really cool. Amazon's jumping into all these new areas, but what they have done for their Prime subscription is increase the price in the US.
Of course.
$20.
Yep.
And I think a lot of other, I guess, subscription services have been a bit nervous to increase their prices because, like, if you look at Netflix, for example, they actually lowered their prices since they first started. They started like $14.99, they went down to $9.99.
Yep.
And so the question is that, like, is Amazon so sure of their customer base that we're going to increase the price and it's not going to make a difference?
I think they're hooked. So, by the way, $20 on 60 million people is
it's good.
Real money.
Yeah, that's real money.
But I think that they are. Firstly, they know who their customer is. Secondly, they continue to add value. Who cares? Another interesting experience that I had in the US was I had the hotspot on I think it was like mobile iPhone 3 or 4. iPhone 4 had mobile hotspot, right? And I paid $20 a month for that data, and it was capped at 20 gigs or whatever, which is a big number. They bring out the 5, everything's so much faster. My plan changed from $20 to $30. I went nuts. Why is no, sir? We've taken you from 20 or 10 gigs on, or 20 gigs on Wi-Fi, Mi-Fi, Hi-Fi,
whatever it is,
to unlimited. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Alright, sweet. See you later.
Whatever. If you continue to add value,
then you're not going to have a problem with your customer base.
If you are taking stuff away and you're still trying to charge the price, or you're taking stuff away or trying to cut corners to lower your price point,
or just keeping with the same offering in general, but if you're adding value consistently, you'll see. You think people won't mind?
I've never. You might be a recipient of this. I've never sold on price ever. I've sold on value.
Yeah, and I think that's important. It's important for all companies to demonstrate the actual value that they're giving, and not just try and be the cheapest or the most budget service available. You know it.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about our friends upstairs in the US. They've acquired a new company, Uber. That is, Uber's acquired a new company.
Bikes or scooters?
Bicycles, e-bikes specifically. A company called Jump, and I think why it's important is you see in Australia there's lots of competitors, and I know you're loyal, But so there's lots of competitors flooding the ride-sharing market, trying to get on that taxi game. But what Uber is showing is that like we're not a one-trick pony.
Yeah, I think that there was a quote earlier this week, or maybe late last week. Uber have just become a true transportation company, not just a.
Yeah, and I was reading one article and it said urban mobility. I like that term.
I like it.
They're an urban mobility company.
Hey, by the way, that feeds into, hey Toby, you need to get on your bike more.
Yes, Toby, you do need to get on your bike more.
Okay.
Yeah,
No problem.
even get one of those e-bikes. Completely okay.
Yeah, look.
You're riding from Elwood. It's not like an easy ride, right?
Well, no, it's more than that. On the way in, I'm dropping the kids at school. On the
Get
way
them on
out,
the
on the way out, I may be going to sort of like North Melbourne for a Start Mate event, or across the city for something else. But you're right. I should. And by the way, I also like I think the thing that maybe is in your notes, and true transparency, I didn't see Josh's notes until we talk about them. But what I like about what Uber's done with Jump Bike is the health aspect of it.
Yeah.
So we're sort of like moving into this era of, fuck the car. Just
You don't need it. If you're living in the city, which most of us do at Creative Cubes, we're positioned in a really good location. And because we're living in a city, I think we can, especially in Melbourne, compared to maybe other cities in Australia, we can really rely on public transport. And if we can't rely on public transport, we can at least connect the dots with a bike or something like that. It reduces, pollution, increases our fitness, and overall, it's pretty good. I'm a big fan.
Yep. Except for when our shitty weather arrives.
And I'll give you tips about that later.
Hey, but by the way, if the shitty weather's it, just hit Uber.
And that's it, right? So they've got the bases covered. Great acquisition. And why Jump's interesting is that you've seen all the other bike companies around the world. Their strategy, and Uber's strategy as well, was just like launch in the market, deal with regulation later. Jump, conversely, didn't do that. They said they've been going for 10 years. So they've said, hey, if we're going to launch in your city, let's design something that the council wants to see on the street. Let's implement it in a way that's like works with the council. So they've developed these relationships. So Uber isn't only investing in this bike company, but they're investing in the relationships that they've built with local.
How much did they pay for this?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But
I hope someone got paid. And by the way, I'd love to see what Jump lanes on the road.
That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, I'm down. So want to talk a little bit about WAZE? Are you a WAZE fan?
Sim is.
Yeah.
My wife. I'm not. I'm native. So
all Google,
but
you're on Apple Maps.
Sensitive subject. Love Google Maps. Hate Apple Maps. But I have an Apple Watch. And talking about bikes, I have a motorbike. I don't know if you know that.
You have a motorbike?
I have a motorbike.
All right.
It's a Can-Am Spider, so it's two wheels at the front and looks like a jet ski.
Amazing.
But I've got one, and what I love about it is I put my Apple Maps in my pocket, and it shows up on my screen.
Oh, perfect.
So, and it vibrates when I need to turn left or right. So
you kind of have to like say, well, I don't like these maps, but they work with the tech that I use, so I'm just going to have to...
So my default is Google Maps, always. In fact, we'll be in the car and Sim will be like, she'll click on the hyperlink from an address and it'll open up Apple Maps and I'll say cut and paste into Google Maps.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go down a one-way street backwards. But WAZE.
WAZE, it's amazing. And so what they've done...
Israeli tech
purchased by Google around 2010.
Yep.
And they paid like $1 billion for WAZE. It's an amazing company. So they use like live data from everyone who's on the road using their app, and now Google started to integrate more of their features into Maps. But what WAZE has done, they've reached a data sharing agreement with this other Israeli company called Waycare, where they do AI traffic management.
Wow.
So what they do is that they take this data from municipalities and councils and whatever and aggregate it, and using their like patented software, give like traffic alerts and help you manage like the way you want to get around the city.
Love it.
So them partnering with WAZE means that WAZE is going to have much better traffic management. It also means Waycare will probably be able to train their AI because they have access to thousands of more data sets.
I'm Israel. Hi.
So the last thing I want to talk about, which I thought was really cool this week, Fast Company released their top 10 innovative companies.
I wish they would have done 11 because we might have made the list.
So they actually did top 100, so I don't want to say or 150 or something.
Way to shoot me in the foot there.
but you know, it's a work in progress.
Yeah, no worries.
Whip. So I was looking at the top 10 companies and I was like, you know, you got your Apple, Netflix, Square Payments, which is pretty popular in the US.
I don't see Google Pixel there at all.
No, there's no Google in the top 10 innovative companies. Amazon's at number 5, 10 cents in there. But sitting at number 6, which I thought was interesting, which was like a stark contrast to the previous ones, is Patagonia. And Patagonia is an awesome company. I was like, and I know Patagonia. I like the brand. I like the stuff they do. But I'm like, why is Patagonia so awesome? And do you know a bit about Patagonia?
Totally. Their values, man. I would have to say that they're probably pioneering the value of the future of what's like
social impact.
Thank you.
So the quote that they had on Fast Company was, growing business every time it amplifies its social mission. So they're saying that every time their product ethos is that we're only going to release sustainable things. They're priced fairly, so the supply chain is fair across. They try and limit the amount of shipping they've done, so they'll produce locally where they can. They give you a lifetime warranty on all their technical items of clothing. And they were one of the first places in the world to do a flexible workspace because they were all surf hippies, right?
Sure.
So they were saying, if the waves are good, don't work on that day. And that's and they realized that increased the productivity of their work team.
Totally. Actually just had a conversation with James and he's like, hey man, I've got this, and this to do. Is it okay if and he went into detail of what I was trying to almost like negotiate with me.
And justify.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, so long as the stuff that you're responsible for is delivered on time, if not ahead of time, under budget or on budget.
On budget's okay too.
do what you need to do, man. I don't care if you're in here for 5 minutes a day or you're here for 50 hours a week. So long as the workflow is executed and the job is
done
complete
to a good quality, and I like that.
To the best quality.
To the best quality, and so I think Patagonia is really cool, and I want to hear more about them, so I'm going to be doing more reading this week. But awesome.
So next week you're going to come in with like Patagonia tea and
I might be decked out.
Yeah.
Like maybe sponsorship. I don't mind Patagonia if you do. I will wear your hat. I'm not a hat guy. But no. Next week we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's this week in startups, fellas.
All right,
ladies.
We out.